Thank you for volunteering at JA BizTown. You're in for a day of fun, excitement, and lots of activity. The first segment of JA BizTown volunteer training will provide you with an overview of the simulation day. In this video, you will learn what to expect at JA BizTown, what support the students need, and some of the logistics that will help make the day a success. Thank you again for volunteering. Now let's get started. There are JA BizTown facilities across the United States. Each of them has a unique look and feel, but they are alike in many ways. You'll rely on your local JA staff to share with you the specifics of the business you will be assigned to in your local JA BizTown. We call the students the citizens of JA BizTown. You may be surprised to know that they have spent several hours preparing in the classroom beforehand. They have applied for the jobs they will have, explored their role as citizens, and been practicing the use of personal bank accounts. In their business groups, they have already learned how much they will be paid, they've calculated a business budget, and they have completed paperwork that allows them to apply for a bank loan and write advertising for their business. The learning and discussions students have had in their classroom really comes to life when they arrive on site at JA BizTown. This is where the rubber meets the road and their eyes are opened in new ways, bringing to life what they think they know. During the simulation, citizens will find out what it takes to operate a business, produce a product, or provide a service. They manage payroll, pay taxes, and meet customer needs. Before the day starts, a local training opportunity will be scheduled. Your JA staff or classroom teacher will share the details. You'll also find out exactly what time you should arrive at JA BizTown for the simulation day.
Well, my son's class was coming to JA BizTown, so I volunteered. I was really pretty nervous about it. I've never run my own business, so I wasn't sure how I could be of help.
My company supports JA and asked me to volunteer. I was nervous about managing a group of students. Were they going to pay attention to me? Will we finish on time? I did not want my group to fail. And you know, it turned out to be a great day.
Do the concerns of these volunteers sound familiar to you? They are very common. By the time you reach the end of these videos, we hope you'll feel much more confident about your role in JA BizTown. It will be a rewarding experience. Let's take a look at how the simulation day begins. As citizens arrive in JA BizTown, there is usually a lot of excited chatter as they have their first look at the businesses and town setup. JA staff will direct students on where to sit or stand and will deliver a morning welcome and provide instructions on getting the day started. You will be stationed at the entrance of the business you're assigned to for the day, or you'll gather where instructed by JA staff. You should have located your volunteer checklist before the students arrived, and you'll want to keep it handy. Listening to the Citizen Welcome Meeting will provide helpful reminders, so you'll want to listen closely as well. When citizens are dismissed to their assigned businesses, you and the other volunteers will be waiting for them. Each JA BizTown has a variety of businesses, including a bank, a restaurant, various media outlets, a supply center, and retail stores. Your local JA staff will give you specifics of the storefront you will be assigned to. While the function of each business will vary, there are a number of similarities too, and that's where we will focus. Every location has a business startup period. There are several key tasks during startup.
Good morning, JA BizTown City Hall employees. Welcome. Come on in. Could I have everyone join me around the table for a quick meeting? Very good. All right. Well, my name is Miss Dottie, and I'm here today to make sure that you have a successful day. Are you guys all excited to be here?
Yeah.
Good.
It's important to get the students focused from the start. They are excited and want to start work, but you will need to share some basics first. Asking them to sit or stand in a group, facing away from the door or window is a good way to begin. Areas use various coding systems to assign the breaks student will take later in the day. Students in your business will take turns, in specific order, to shop and eat lunch. Everyone will get 2 breaks. Student job titles are matched to the break order. Schedules vary, and your local JA staff will let you know where you can find yours. Always remember, the JA staff at each JA BizTown location is there to answer questions and to help ensure everything goes smoothly.
Do you all know your jobs?
Yes.
Do you know exactly what you're going to be doing today? Not so much. Not so much, do you? Okay. We've prepared job descriptions for each one of you, and it gives you your task for the day. Why don't we take a few minutes and read over those to know what your goals are going to be?
The paperwork students completed at school is called Biz Prep and includes the business cost sheet, the promissory note, and business ads. Teachers bring the Biz Prep materials with them from school. They are passed out during the morning welcome or delivered to your business. The important thing is that you are aware of this paperwork and how students will use it. As part of business startup, you will want to help the CFO and all citizens get started on the right foot. JA staff will check in regularly to answer questions and check progress.
Hello, Katie.
Hey.
Have you entered all the employees in the system yet? That is wonderful. How about printing the payroll checks, my friend?
I'm doing those right now.
Oh, great, because you know we'll need them right before the meeting. Remember, don't pass them out yet, but you do need to sign them.
All right.
Wonderful, thank you.
This trip was not like going to the zoo or the museum as a chaperone. I found I needed to engage on a different level to be effective.
When do I get to go shopping? What do I do with this checklist? My instructions say I need to go to the bank for a loan. Can I go now?
Where do I put this money after I just got paid?
Throughout the day, students will ask you many questions. We don't expect you to have all the answers, but do hope you'll guide students as they seek their own answers. The volunteer guide and JA staff are tools to help you, and it's great for the students to see that it's good to seek assistance.
Excuse me. We're here from the radio station. We're here for the radio ad.
You need to see the CEO.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Okay. What's the matter?
I finished printing these bills. Now what do I do? I don't get this.
Oh, that's a good question. What's your job description say?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Does that answer it?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, good.
I found one of the most challenging parts was keeping myself from doing the work for the kids. It worked best when I provided guidance, asked some questions, and shared real-life examples when I could.
Do you have your speech ready for the town meeting yet?
What speech?
Well, let's take a look at your paperwork and we can read that together. You see, at work, I always like to prepare before I do a presentation, and I think it might help you feel better too as well. Why don't you read it to me?
Good morning. My name is Grace.
Attention JA BizTown citizens. It is now time for the first town meeting. CEOs, bring your speeches with you.
Keep in mind that the students will not walk into JA BizTown knowing what to do. It's their first day on the job after all. It's just as important to remember you don't have to know everything either. You're here to be a coach and a guide as students do the work of JA BizTown. Let's review some of the key elements during business startup and before the town meeting. Students are assigned breaks based on their job title. Biz Prep paperwork is identified. Students read and become familiar with their job instructions, then begin doing their job. Payroll is printed and ready to distribute. The CEO of many of the businesses will read a speech at the opening town meeting. It's helpful if you allow the student to read it aloud to you before they do it in front of their peers. Thanks for watching JA BizTown Volunteer Training. If you have additional questions, you can always reach out to your local JA representative. More information about JA BizTown and Junior Achievement can be found at ja.org.